Ras Al Ghul hires the Joker to help him with his latest terrorist scheme, but soon regrets it when the clown prince of crime kidnaps Jason Todd, the second Robin. In a warehouse in Sarajevo, Bosnia, the Joker beats Jason with a crowbar. Although Jason doesn't budge to his orders, he is gravely wounded. Joker laughs and ultimately leaves him half dead on the warehouse floor. Batman is riding his Batcycle through the heavy snow trying to reach Jason before it's too late. After dragging himself on the floor towards the warehouse door, Jason tries to get out, but the Joker has put a lock on the door. He then sees a bomb ticking in the warehouse. Batman arrives too late, and Jason is killed in the explosion. It's all in vain, too little too late. 5 years later in Gotham City, the vigilante and crime lord Redhood has assembled a meeting with the city's top-earning crime lords and dealers. As the drug lords are confused being called upon a meeting by someone unknown, the Red Hood announces his takeover of the drug trade and tells them to give him 40% of their earnings in return for protection from Batman and Black Mask. But he also tells them to not sell their drugs to children. As a warning, he tosses them a bag containing the severed heads of all their lieutenants and shoots at them with an AK-47. At the docks, Batman chases some thugs in a moving truck and crashes it into a wall. He tries to interrogate them until the box that was in their truck opens and reveals a Mazo, a powerful android with the ability to copy the abilities of every metahuman it encounters. Batman takes a heavy hit and has to go at the android again. Nightwing, aka Dick Grayson, who was once the first Robin, arrives on the scene to help him. After a short but intense fight, the robot is defeated after Batman uses plastic to block his laser eyes and blow up its head. Batman interrogates the 3 thugs at the location and finds out they are working for the Red Hood. Out of the blue, 3 snipe shots are fired, and the Red Hood has killed the thugs with a sniper rifle. Taking flight in his Batwing, Batman chases the Red Hood, who leads him to the Ace Chemical Plant, which is the site of the first Red Hood's transformation into the Joker. Batman's first ever grave mistake. It's quite the irony that it turned out to be his worst ever mistake. The current Red Hood triggers an explosion in the plant and escapes, leaving the Batman to save himself from the burning acid and the triggered explosions. Later in the Batcave, Nightwing appears, having returned after he learned of the Red Hood. Batman tells Nightwing that since Red Hood began his reign of terror, drug trafficking has gone up, but crime has gone down. They get into an all-improved Batmobile. Batman and Nightwing proceed to Arkham Asylum to interrogate the Joker about the Red Hood. The Joker taunts Batman by reminding him of Jason's death, tempting Batman to kill him, then denies any involvement with his successor. Quite disappointing. At the Black Mask's headquarters, a new guy starts for him, but unfortunately, Black Mask is angry because his latest creation, the android robot Amazo, was destroyed, and promptly puts a hit out on Red Hood. Black Mask is intrigued by the new guy staring at him, and he punches him without any hesitation. Then the new guy starts to talk about the next incoming shipment. However, both Batman and the Red Hood have bugged the place, listening in on the conversation. Red Hood shows up during Black Mask's secret operation and hijacks a helicopter, but is stopped by Batman and Nightwing. Red Hood runs, and Batman chases him. Nightwing later joins up with Batman, and the chase leads to a blimp and rooftops. Nightwing takes notice that the Red Hood is able to evade Batman at every turn, including cutting a bat lasso before it went taut on his leg. The chase leads to a train station above ground, and an explosion occurs, facilitating the Red Hood's escape and leaving Batman and Nightwing temporarily shaken. Batman and Nightwing regroup in the Batcave with Batman's butler, Alfred Pennyworth, bandaging Nightwing's right leg and taking him home. Batman and Nightwing agree that the Red Hood's skills, methods, and arsenal are comparable to their own, except that the Red Hood is willing to kill to get what he wants. However, there's something else that troubles Batman, and he stays on his computer monitor to watch the video footage of the chase from the Cowl's camcorder, trying to figure out what the Red Hood said at the train station. It reveals that Red Hood said, "You haven't lost your touch, Bruce," meaning that he knows Batman's true identity. Batman recalls Jason performing the same maneuver he had seen the Red Hood use, cutting a lasso on his leg before it went taut. In addition, a flashback reveals that as he got older, Jason grew more violent, even shattering a drug dealer's collarbone during one of their patrols, even though he didn't have to. Black Mask is pissed off by the actions of the secret Redhood, and he orders his men to finish him off by all means. At one of the Red Hood's protected areas, a shootout by Black Mask's henchmen occurs, and a club under his protection is ransacked with an intrigued Red Hood watching from afar. At another location, 1 out of 8 of the crime bosses following Red Hood is being beaten and about to be burned when Red Hood intervenes. However, it is actually a trap, and a group called the Fearsome Hand of Four, hired by Black Mask, attacks Red Hood. The Red Hood is beaten, but he admits his intervention was merely a stall tactic. Out of the blue, Batman appears, and the two adversaries take on the group together. While Red Hood is taking on the Swordmaster, Batman just takes out 2 of the killers with his tech weapons. Are the 2 masked men going to work together and form a team? We never know. At the end, when one of the 4 gains the upper hand on Red Hood, the Red Hood kills him with an electric taser, taking advantage of the distraction by Batman. They have an argument over how to fight crime, leading Batman to ask what has happened to him, hinting that he knows his opponent's true identity. However, the Red Hood replies that it is too late for Batman to help, and leaves. Batman manages to obtain a blood sample from Red Hood at the scene of the battle. And later in the Batcave, he performs an DNA analysis on the retrieved sample, and the result is a match to Jason Todd, the previous Robin. Even Alfred is shocked at the result. We go back to the Black Mask's headquarters. Black Mask is given the news that his shipment has been destroyed by the Red Hood and flies into a rage and attacks his own bodyguards. One by one, his bodyguards are paying for Red Hood's doings. When Black Mask is facing the window of his building, a laser sight then trains on his forehead. From afar, the Red Hood waves and shoots a rocket into Black Mask's room. Black Mask survives, but is taken aback by this attack from the Red Hood. He is forced to do something he never dreamt of doing. The Arkham prison is penetrated by a group sent by the Black Mask. They free the Joker, and a meeting is arranged between the Black Mask and the Joker. Black Mask makes a deal with the Joker to get the Red Hood eliminated from his backyard and asks whether Joker can handle it. Joker's reply is to kill his bodyguards in a second to prove his ability, makes his demands. Back at Wayne Manor, Bruce digs up Jason's gravesite and finds a fake body made of high-end latex. Enraged, he goes to the only person who could have done this monstrosity, and Batman goes to Ras Al Ghul's mansion and demands the truth about Jason. Ras takes a moment to subdue his guards and explains to Batman. Ras reveals that he made a mistake by getting involved with the Joker, as the con man cannot be controlled or contained. He switched Jason's body and revived him in his Lazarus pit because he felt responsible for the boy's death. Ras was the one who hired the Joker as a distraction for the dynamic duo in Bosnia, while he tried to cripple the world economy by destroying financial districts in Europe. Following his resurrection, Jason went mad and escaped. Ras had been trying to find Jason for years, until he heard the news from Gotham of him becoming the Red Hood. Ras promises to stay out of any further conflicts between Batman and the Red Hood, ruefully saying that he's done enough. On his way back to Gotham, Batman finds that the Joker has abducted all 8 of the Red Hood's crime bosses, including Black Mask and his assistant, on the bridge. The Joker starts to pour gasoline on the hostages in a large truck container. And as he's trying to light it, the Red Hood appears and reveals that the Joker is his real target. All of the attacks he made on Black Mask were to get him desperate enough that he would seek aid from the Joker and arrange his escape from Arkham. The Joker then sets the hostages on fire. From out of nowhere, Batman swoops in and deploys fire retardant to stop the fire and tries to take the Joker out with him. The Red Hood grabs onto the Joker and cuts the wire holding them, sending the Joker into the river. Red Hood tells Batman to come to Crime Alley if he wants the Joker back. Showing up at an abandoned apartment, the Red Hood tosses the Joker on the ground and starts to beat him with a crowbar. By the time Batman arrives, the Red Hood is finished and waiting for Batman to arrive. When Batman arrives at Crime Alley, he has a flashback on how he met Jason for the first time, when he took off all the wheels off the Batmobile back in the day. The duo gets into the business right away, and it's like watching Batman fight Batman. Red Hood knows all of Batman's moves, and he has answers to everything. Eventually, Red Hood and Batman end up on the rooftop of a church, and Red Hood is able to take Batman's mask off. Then Red Hood takes off his helmet and reveals he truly is Jason Todd and tricks Batman by sending explosives hidden in his helmet to him. After another short fight, Jason jumps through a window and back into the room where the Joker is being held. Jason confronts Batman, saying that he had forgiven him for not saving him, but is furious that he still allows the Joker to live. Batman confesses that he always wanted to kill the Joker, but will not allow himself the pleasure because there would be no going back. Jason then tosses Batman a gun and tells him he must shoot the Joker or him. Batman refuses and turns his back. Enraged, Jason then shoots at Batman. He misses, however, and Batman throws a small batarang into the barrel of the gun. The gun explodes, incapacitating Jason. Jason then sets off a bomb he had previously planted in the room and sits down against a wall, willing to die. The Joker maniacally attempts to stop Batman from defusing it so he can finally be the only one who gets what he wants that night, but Batman ultimately subdues him. The bomb goes off, and this time Batman succeeds in saving Jason's life from the explosion. Nevertheless, Jason is nowhere to be found. The Joker is returned to Arkham Asylum, and Black Mask is set free on $1 million bail, and everything is watched by Ras Al Ghul in his flight. The Nightwing on top of a building, and Batman as well. Alfred asks Batman if he should remove the memorial display case containing Jason's Robin uniform. Batman replies that nothing has changed between Jason and him and departs in the Batmobile. A quick flashback is shown of Jason Todd's first day in his Robin costume, happily jumping onto the Batmobile and declaring that it is the best day of his life. Sometimes life is not fair, and sometimes you have to accept it and move forward, because life does not stop for anyone. Batman teaches you that, and someday when you look back at your life, you will be happy that you never gave up and kept on going. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.